Siva, I also read in your book when you made that big shift from corporate, right? And you were on a good gig, money is good, you got great position and all that kind of stuff. There wasn't an external situation that got you to get out of that to be an entrepreneur, right? And some might say, geez, that was a time when your kids were very young, I think 9 years ago, right? And there's a time when maybe the needs are the greatest, and yet you took that huge leap outside. What was the trigger for you?
Actually, the entire jump was inspired by Tan Sri Kwek Leng Chan, the founder of Hong Leong Group in Malaysia. Initially, when I went to Hong Leong, there was a lot of bet on how long I can survive in Hong Leong. Okay. Because too young, the typical age of the management team was 50 then. I was 35 when I went in.
Wow.
And I was sitting in the management board. But somehow we could work really well together. We used to argue a lot. People don't really argue with the second richest man in Malaysia, but I argue with him a lot. And I always tell him, you are an employee in this meeting, I'm an employee. We have a duty to the shareholders. So we have to fight this out. We have to be convinced that this is the right thing to do. So we always have that kind of argument. It reached a stage where we were enjoying our discussions. And he was telling me, you are more like my son than my employee. You know more about me than my children. Wow. And he paused for a while. He said, your children are now like my grandchildren. Whatever they want in life, whatever they should have, it is my job to give it to them because I treat you as my son. And he paused and then he said, but there's something I can't give them, your job. Do you want them to go through the same struggle as you did? Mm. And I looked at him, he looked at me and said, okay, definitely no. So what should I do? Don't be doomed to remain as an employee. That is exactly what he told me. Don't be doomed to remain as an employee. That was just like, whoa, okay. This is your boss telling you don't be an employee, and you're an employee. But his definition of employment in Hong Leong is slightly different because we have a scheme where you are given share options, so you become owner of the company.
Right.
And you can transfer that shares to your children. I was just looking at it and I said, no, maybe I can do a bit more. What if I start my own company such that my children, when they grow up, they are MDs of company, they're never the employees of the company. That is also possible. There was a lot of fear. At that time, I was high flying. The salary was good. The bonus, house was paid by the company. The car was given by the company. Traveling is paid for. It was actually letting go of all that. The guidance that I had was from my previous CEO who told me, plan for 6 months. If you believe in who you truly are, within 6 months, you'll recover. Wow. And then he looked at me and said, I know you so well, I can tell you within 4 months, you'll be earning more than your salary. So, I had great people like this who inspired me. So it was a matter of that 6 months. But I needed to get buy-in from the family as well. So I sat with Jessie. I told her, this is my plan. Life will change. Now salary is there, car is there, everything is given. And I'm planning to quit and start on my own. So anticipate porridge.
Yes.
And she told me, go for it. If you can do your job, of course you can do things like this. You are helping a billionaire making money. Why can't you help yourself make money? Wow. So he said, go for it. 6 months is nothing. Wow. And with the family support there, with the guidance of all these people, doing it was actually quite easy. I can tell you it was quite easy. An Indonesian foreign worker was telling me, this is Malaysia. You'll find money in the drains. He goes to clean the drains of Chowkit market, the wet market. He said he can find a few hundred ringgit in the drain because when coins fall, we don't take. So he said every few months when he cleans up, he finds a few hundred. He said this is the land of abundance. Even in drains, you can find money. Don't give me excuse. An Indonesian foreign worker telling me that even during this COVID, people were talking about no income. But latest Malaysian sensation, these young YouTubers, Sugu Pavitra, made tons of money from 1,000 a month salary in January. Now they are estimated to be earning anywhere from 40 to 100,000 a month.
Oh my goodness.
New sensation. And last week, they just became model. The wife just became a model. Wow. So the money is everywhere. Instead of giving excuses. All we have to do is just go out. During COVID, what Tan Sri Kwek used to tell me is nobody is burning any money. As long as money is not being burned, it is somewhere. Go and find it. And so money was in glove factories.
Right.
They were still looking for training. They were still recruiting.
Right.
There was still job there. I remember you were sharing with me how you were doing 70 sessions of online learning. That is crazy. Traders in Malaysia, we are complaining that we don't have training, and you did 70. So life is filled with abundance. It is a matter of whether complaining or accepting and doing it, embracing the principles of abundance. Money is not a big thing. It is more the purpose. If your purpose is clear, finding money is fun, and using that money for that purpose becomes more fun. But really, looking for money, that shouldn't be a big concern.